Now, the story of Jacob and Rachel is that he had to serve 7 years and then another 7 years, which is 14 years, right? Now, like I told you, 14,000 years, right? Again, right? Is another number that's holy, right? Now, 2 weeks, right? Again, is 14, right? That's also 14,000 years, right? That's also around half a month, right? Now, 2/3 of a month is 20,000 years, by the way. That's what Jesus means. You don't know the day or the hour of his return, right? What if we have another 4 plus 4, which is 8, right? 1,000 years, right? 10 days, it says 10,000 years. But from when, right? When did the idea first introduce itself? With John, right? He said you will have 10 days of tribulation, right? So does it end 4,000 years, or did it start when it was acknowledged, right? We don't know, right? See, you're to be prepared because here we're mortal beings, right? Now, one of the prayers we would say in Georgia, right, was, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Right? Remember that one? All right. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I shall die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Right? Now, a man can't take your soul in the middle of the night. Right? No. He's just a man, right? He also might can harm the body, but Jesus can heal the body. Even a leper, even beaten with stripes by the cat o' nine tails, like with the Romans, right? Even speared through, right? With the Roman lance, right? Jesus still was raised from the dead by God. That's what we declare, right? For us all who believe, right? Now, he also died for the unbeliever, but that's a harder journey because then you're relying on the devil to repent before he's cast into the lake of fire. Right? That's the problem there. Will he or won't he, right? See, he's the first sinner, right? And we sinned with him, right? Now, he's also the first to die, right? Do you understand why, right? If you're eating of the tree that brings the knowledge of good and evil, right? And it died, right? You died with it, right? Here's another way you can look at it. Let's say the reason Jesus knew this tree's fruit was bad and it would kill you is the devil ate of it too. You know what I mean? Right. But not Jesus, right? You know what I mean? Right. It's another way to look at the story, right? Itself, right? Now, within the story, you gotta answer the question, who is the one of us we became as? To know good and evil. Durr. The devil made you do it. Satan, Satan, right? The enemy, right? Now, he was not always the enemy, right? But he became the enemy, right? It's kind of like Zeus and Mars, or Zeus, and his relationships with his own father, I guess, right? If you want to go Greek about it, right? The difference is the true God is not the condemning one, right? The bad one is, but he's a creature too. Now, if another creature dies and no one else died until he died, right? And he's the first to die, all can die, right? If he's the second-born and not the firstborn, isn't that still in the chain, right? If you break a chain, what happens? Oh, no. You lose a link in the chain, right? And the whole chain, is broken, right? From that point on, right? So the one who is the tree of life, or as the tree of life, has to come and save us, right? From the tree of death, right? But then we're dying with it, right? Until we realize we're not following the tree of life anymore, but the tree of death, right? Call him what you want. But so are earthly kings compared to trees. Why now? Even David said, I am like an olive tree. The two witnesses are two olive trees and two candlesticks. Men, women, right? The church is the bride of Christ, but male and female too, right? Right. That's why you might get confused about it. Like I told you, gay or straight ain't the problem. That's not the unforgivable sin. Blasphemy of the Holy Ghost is, right? And what is that? I don't know. Right? But Ananias and Sapphira thought they did it and got down dead, right? Right. Peter said, you have not lied to us, but to the Holy Ghost. What do you think killed them? Fear. Fear is the mind killer, right? Now, what do you think they actually died of? A heart attack, right? Peter scared them so badly, he gave them a heart attack, right? Don't you get it, though? They died of natural causes, but by fearing, right, that they blasphemed the Holy Ghost, right? Now, we don't even know what that is anymore, right? But they might have thought they had, right? But yet we know God's mercy endures forever, even for Ananias and Sapphira, right? They could be still counted worthy to be resurrected with the just, right? Because we're all sinners saved by grace through faith, not the works he who advanced us. Peter, not just those two. If you condemn them, you got to condemn Solomon for going into idolatry because of his 1,000 wives, right? But if we forgive Solomon, you understand. We're better than Solomon, right? We're wiser than Solomon, who condemned himself, right? By worshiping graven images of male or female deities, right? Who are our fallen image, right? We're the fallen image, right? We're the image after we were made two, right? From one, right, came two, right? Why? Right? That he may seek a godly seed, right? A godly offspring, right? But if the offspring is corrupt by another chain, or a leak in the chain and it corrodes itself, it also causes the chain to rust. Right? You know what I mean, right? Iron in blood, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know. We don't know. But how did it get in our blood? Sex with Satan? Right? Ain't that how HIV and AIDS is spread? Right? And that's what it's like. We got a bad STD from Satan. We're dying from it, right? And we won't let it go, right? We love the STD. We love the STD. And that could be what? Sex till you die. Sex to death. Actually, it could be another, what's that? Acronym. Sex till you die. Sex to death. If you had an ED, sex to death. Whoa. Anyway, that's what you before you ate it. Sex to death is what an STD can be. That's an acronym, right? You got sex to death, right? But it wasn't the sex. I told you that. It's not the gay sex, the straight part of it, the bi part of it, right? It's the attitude after. You knew good and evil. You know that was bad. Both of them did. Satan did too, right? Jesus, the tree of life, knows they're judging, right? and telling them the punishment is because you're judging the tree you ate up, right? And you won't repent of condemning yourselves for doing it, right? See, that's what you also got to repent of. Forgiving yourself, for even putting yourself in a bad situation, right? Is sometimes the hardest thing to do. Now, like I told you with my shipmates, I'm not in a good position from day one, right? Once King electrocuted himself, once Ben started asking me if I was gay, right? You knew I was screwed, right? Nothing I can do about it, right? But grin and bear it till I got off the ship. Right. But I made it through the rain. I made it through whatever they were doing there to do, right? I don't know. But I said no, right? I don't know, but I said no, right? Not K-N-O, W, right? Now, if I survive the rain, though, right, I made it till I failed in 94, right? I went a little crazy in 93, right? But never reported hearing voices until then either. I wasn't telling that to Dr. Weinrep. Jesus is talking to me, Dr. Weinrep. He's telling me I'm one of the two witnesses. Now, I told that to Pastor Davis and Pastor Thomas because of the dream in the Bible. See, if you dream you see a phone with a light on it, what would that be? The throne of God in heaven? And you're in a cloud? And you're standing before it? That don't sound like the two witnesses in chapter 11 to you? And you're a 13-year-old kid when you have it? Right. Or a 12 going on 13. Now, in a way, 9 months before I turned 13, I was 13, right? If you know what I mean, right? From the moment I was conceived, right? I know. And I had it probably in August too, right? Right before school, right? And I went and asked the school teacher, Mrs. Wilkerson or whatever, Wilson, right, what it meant, right? Now, of course, I know that's not necessarily a dream every kid might have, too. I asked for that reason, too. I didn't know 100%, but I'm trying to find out, right? Something from my Sunday school teacher who's supposed to know the Bible. Now, that again is all you can do is ask somebody if you don't know something, right? Fully, right? Well, guess who hadn't yet read in the 6th grade the book of Revelation? Shane, right? Drew. But I had the dream anyway. Because I got saved at summer camp after my dad died. I got baptized the year before, November 1st, 1981. And I believed I was taken on the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, as the little pamphlet said. I was, right? And that's why I did it, right? To be planted together, and so God could save me. And if he had to, resurrect me from the dead. I don't know if he had to, though, but I think maybe twice. I know so. Again, I don't know when we're out to see what's going on, right? So I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying to do a job. Give me a job and I'll fucking do it, but leave me alone if you want sex. Ain't why I joined the Navy, right? I know what I would tell them too, right? Of course they know, right? But I have amnesia, of course, right? Like with the wreck. And that's up to 4 hours. I don't know. Right. But you see a lot of damage in the Pellis and Sacreberry. What the hell are they doing, right? I mean, it's only a 3-story fall, supposedly, right? I mean, that's high, don't get me wrong. But it's not as high as the Temple Mount as Satan tempted Jesus to fall either, right? And I had some martial arts training, including jumping off my trailer, so like I said. However I got down, I had to jump down either to the other floor like I did to get up. Had to use the gymnastics techniques to even get onto the roof, right? So I had some training that I should have been able to land the fall, but I don't know what happened, right? So that's where it blacked me out. It's kind of covering the event too, if you know what I mean, right? Last thing I remember is trying to get onto the window ledge, right? Then I blacked out, so I thought I hit inside the building or something, right? Of course, that's what you would think. Now, if you get inside the building and fall 3 stories, well, that's still enough to do some damage, slight damage, but will it do all that? I showed you the damn X-ray. Hell, the left side is tilted to the right. It's not supposed to be like that. Even if you fall flat straight down, right? To the left. How's it gonna miss the knee and cause more damage in the upper pelvis region versus the ankle too, right? You know, you expect some damage in 3 areas: ankle, knee, and pelvis, right? If I was attacked, did the attacker think about the knee when they attacked me? No. That's what proves it, right? Because your knee would have to be straight, right? To cause that kind of damage in the pelvis, right? And there's more damage in the pelvis than in the ankle. You ever heard the term unequally yoked together? Do you know what that means, right? The damage in the pelvis, in other words, area, looks more severe than the damage in the ankle, and there's no damage in the knee, right? Why do you think I'm showing you all that? But I really did fall to a store, well, a wall store, Walgreens or one of the walls. I forgot. I almost said it. One of the wall stores. I got a covering too that on that, right? There's a lot of wall stores and other wall stores. Which one though? Did I say it or did I stop it or? You know, the Mart is the other one, Kmart or whatever. I don't know. But that's, again, right? I almost did a faux pas there, right? But I remembered the deal. Though an NDA is different a little bit, right? Sometimes, right? Depending on, right, the severity of the case. But that wasn't a bad one, so I accepted the terms. We know that, right? So the NDA is still covered, right? So there's 2 wall stores, right? There's even a Sam's Club, but we didn't do nothing in there, right? There's even Sears still, right? Kind of dying down in JCPenney, right? And Macy's, right? Well, that's why. See, if I mention more than one, right? Or Publix or whatever, right? If I slip and fall, right, on the knee, right? Why is it injured from a 3-story fall? Good question, huh? And you still saw it, and they acted like there's no damage to it. That's the problem, dummy. If you fall 3 stories and you do all that damage to the pelvis, what happens to the knee in the middle, right? In the middle. There's something in the middle, right? Well, yeah. The right leg looks like it's solid, you know, right? Left leg looks normal too, but See what I mean? Right. Why? If I hit here, ain't there something in the middle? But if you're attacked strategically, and they forgot about doing the knee, though obviously the knee restored itself a little in the fall, the accidents, the slip and falls. There's 2 now. But still the knee bounced back. Super knee. And then the wreck, right. To the right side, right. And again. There's damage throughout the sacrum on both sides, right. Does that happen in a 3-story fall? That's the question here, right. Or was it a weapon, like say a nightstick or a bat or whatever? Or, don't know. Could it have happened at the wreck, but then why the ankle, right? And they do x-rays and CTs looking for any injuries, especially if you're bitching about your neck, right, in the wreck, right? But in 4 hours, when they had me in the ICU room, right, I better. That's not normal. Is it? No. You see 911 every night now. Take 6 weeks in a hard sea collar, normally, right, for people to heal that. The same night. I'm healed, right? G-O-D, you know me. Follow G-O-D, that's like everybody. Because my God's a good God, right? Your God ain't. You probably following the bad one or the wrong one. And all I can do is tell you that's wrong, right? I can't make you believe you're wrong. But I'm supposed to tell you. Best I can, right? Now, look me lady tonight. Right. And luck had nothing to do with it either, right? Though I'm lucky, right? And God healed it, obviously. Not man. Man can't even explain the injuries in that neck or the sacrum, right? No doctor has even talked about it or lawyer. They do. Or judge knows how to rate this or deal with this, right? But I'm still dealing, right? Just chilling. Of course, that hurts a lot, right? The pelvis and ankle still bothers me, right? Because they're the major weight-bearing joints, right? Your ankle is your foot. You walk on that, right? I can still walk. That's not the problem. The length of time, right, has reduced drastically to not even 30 minutes a day, right? Not normal. To begin with, but paralysis, I know, with 2 people in the Bible were mentioned specifically. The guy lowered through the roof on the cot, right, and the dude by the pool at Bethesda, right, where the angel would trouble the water, and the first one in would be healed, right? Well, no one was helping the poor dude, so Jesus did, right? But he was sitting by it up straight as he could, right? From the waist down, he was paralyzed, right? So Jesus did a double deal with me, right? Neck and sacrum. Exactly. And to God and Jesus be the glory, right? Spirit first, flesh second. Right? Even Jesus is God in the flesh, right? The firstborn of every creature, right? Know what that means, right? He's before us, right? And Satan. But the Satan should be the second in command and should still be covering us, but quit covering us as Jesus is trying to cover us through love, right? Satan hated us for our potential to sin, taught us mock right from wrong, you know what I mean, right? And how to murder each other in God's name, right? Instead, it's the whole problem. Oh my. I'm sorry, it was just, I was reading the prompter there. With a TV. Dr. Fields on this Monday evening, la la. Oh, yes, an afternoon, la la. Monday afternoon, it was all I hoped it would be. Come Monday afternoon couldn't guarantee. Yeah. That's what you do. That's what you do. If you can do that like Fallon, you can do that like Fallon, right? But of course, Fallon and NBC ain't gonna like you can do it like Fallon. But that ain't none of their business either. None of your business! If I can do it too. I'm not using a studio soundboard to do it, right? I don't know you are either, but I don't accuse. I ask, are you? See, that makes it reporting. That's a question, right? A reporter can ask a television station, right? Is their little actor really able to do it or not, right? That's all the question has to be, right? To be under fair use, right? There you go, man. There you go. More educational stuff from Shane Lee, because that's how I gotta do it. Like I'm telling my cousin Dion, it's not like, even though I can snap the impersonations, I can't snap the impersonation. I have to do an explanation. Unlike Fallon, who has the copyright approval, right? And NBC is in his pocket and they in his, right? You know what I mean, right? They have permission, right? Kelly does a song every day because she got permission to do it, right? No big deal, right? But she has a studio backing her, right? In what she's doing. I don't, right? So I have to use fair use, right? To teach you, right? Or explain it to you, right? And I gotta explain it while I do it. Yeah. Legally. That's the problem. You don't want to learn nothing. You know, don't you? You know, don't you? You know everything, don't you? Right? But anyway, have a great day today.